Hello, fifth grade. We are going to do our math lesson for today, Monday. So we are doing page 251 and 252, and that is Introduction to Perimeter. Okay, so perimeter measures the length around a polygon. Now remember, polygon would be a shape, right? So a polygon could be the perimeter around the door, the perimeter around our room. It's all the sides of whatever the shape is, okay? So to find the perimeter, you have to add all the lengths up of all the sides. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so what that means is that, making sure I didn't lose you. Sorry, my video. Okay. What that means is if I have a triangle, which is a polygon, I need to find perimeter, then I would use the equation P equals A plus B plus C. And that is because each side would have a letter, right? A plus B plus C. That would be perimeter. So if I were to see my triangle and I saw that, say, this was a 3 feet and this was 3 feet and this was 5 feet, then what would I do? I would put them all down. P equals 3 plus 3 plus 5. When I add that up, P equals 11, right? 11 feet. That would be perimeter of that triangle. How are we doing? Okay. Same thing goes for a rectangle. Now, a rectangle has two different equations that you can use. Okay. So I want you to pay attention. Now, you know that a rectangle has 4 sides. So we have something a little bit different. We also know that we have length, and we have width and width. Okay, we know that this length and this length are exactly the same for a rectangle, and this width are also the same for a rectangle. So what we need to do is we need to add up the 2 lengths, and then we add up to the 2 widths. Now remember, see how I have this equation? It's a little unique, but we always add up our lengths together first, our widths together, and then we can add the 2 together, okay? So if I were to say this was 10 feet and this was 10 feet and this was, let's do it on the inside, sorry. This was 5 feet and this side was 5 feet, remember, because they're the same, then I would do my lengths. I would have P equals 10 plus 10. Then I have 5 plus 5. And then I would add that up. P equals 20 plus 10, which means P equals 30 feet, right? See how we did that? Now we have the same thing if we use this equation, okay? Now this equation is a little different. The reason why it says 2 times L, because I have 2 sides that are length, right? So we know each side is the same, so we can have P equals 2 times 10, right? And then we have 2 sides that are width that are exactly the same as well, 5 feet each. We can say plus 2 times 5, right? And then remember, I taught you this one before. Everything in the parentheses gets done first, right? So 2 times 10 is 20. P equals 20 plus 2 times 5 is 10, right? And then lastly, we can add them together. P equals 20 plus 10, which is 30 feet. So our perimeter around this rectangle is 30 feet. How are we doing with that? I hope you're understanding, okay? So now, if we were to do problems 1A, let's do that together, okay? Okay, so it says Mr. Hill plans to put a rectangle fence around his yard. Now, his yard is 96 feet long and 49 feet wide. So let's do that. Okay, 96 feet and 49 feet. Okay, now, did you see right there? I only wrote 2. I didn't write it here and I didn't write it here because with a rectangle, I know that they're exactly the same. So I know that this side already is 96 feet because it's a rectangle, and that side over there is 49 feet because it's a rectangle, okay? So now it says, how many yards of fencing does he need? So remember, we have to know all the way around. That's what perimeter is. So you could do one of 2 things. You can do P equals, 96 plus 96 plus 49 plus 49, okay? And you can add these up, or you could do P equals 2 times 96 plus 2 times 49. So now remember, our 2 equations were L plus L and W plus W, or 2 times L plus 2 times W, okay? So P equals, so now you can see, sorry, should have done that for you, okay? So now you can see how these equations work, okay? So we can do it 2 ways. You can add or you can multiply. You choose. So if you were to add, 6 and 6 is 12, carry my 1. 9 plus 9 is 18 plus 1 is 19, plus 9 plus 9 is 18. 4, carry my 1. 4 plus 4 is 8, which is 9. I now have P equals 92 plus 98, right? P equals, I can add them up together. 8 plus 2 is 10, carry my 1. 9 plus 9 is 18, we have 19, carry my 1. I now have P equals 290 feet. He's gonna need a fencing. See how I did that? Now I could do the same thing down here by doing my multiplication. I could do P equals 2 times 6 is 12, carry my 1. 2 times 9 is 18 plus 1 is 19. Oh, got the same answer, right? 2 times 9 is 18, carry my 1. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. I now have that. I know P equals, if I add them together, I get 290 feet. So do you see how I could do it either way? It's really up to you on what you want to do. Do you want to write them as an adding or write them as multiplying? Now, sometimes the problems going forward may ask you to add them, and sometimes they may ask you to multiply them. That's why you're being shown both ways. Okay. So your answer is he needs 290 feet of fencing, right? Don't forget, put fencing to complete the fence to go around his yard. Okay, now let's do 2B. Logan's parents built a new swimming pool last August. Fun. The pool is 42 feet long and 27 feet wide. What is the perimeter of the pool? Now, interesting, my pool's not square, but my mom's pool is rectangle. So mine's like this funky oblong shape, but his seems to be, it looks like a rectangle. So we'll go ahead, we'll make our rectangle, and we'll remember that he says his is 42 feet. Whoop, I forgot the 2. Okay, let's do that again. 42 feet by 27 feet, right? Okay, so you have your choice. You can do the adding or you can do the multiplying. Let's do both so you can see how they both work, okay? P equals L plus L plus W plus W, okay? That's length, length, width, width, okay? Remember, length is the longer one, width is the shorter one, okay? P equals 42 plus 42 plus 27 plus 27, right? Then we do them. 42 plus 42 is 84, and 27 plus 27 is 54. Then we go ahead and add them up, and we get, yes, I had to count. Give me a second. Okay, I have 38 feet, right? So I know that I can add them up this way, and I can get his swimming pool is 138 feet around, okay? Then I can do it the other way. I can do P equals 2 times L plus 2 times W, okay? So if I did it this way, I could do P equals 42 times, 2 times 42, 2 times 42 plus 2 times 27, okay? So 2 times 42, P equals 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 8 is 84. I have 2 times 7 is 14, carry my 1, and 2 times 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. I now have 84 plus 54, and when I add those together, I get 138 feet is how the perimeter of Logan Swimming Pool. So I hope you guys are understanding perimeter. You guys need to go ahead and complete all of the problems on the next 2 pages, including 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know you guys are doing a great job with your math. If you have any questions, let me know, okay? This was Introduction to Perimeter.